computer. Okay. Just tell me if you're uncomfortable. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen right now. Okay. There. Could you see my screen? Okay. All right. So before we start, let's have our routine or session check-in. So let's have a self-check first. Could you react with an emoji that best describes your feeling today? Could I see a reaction? Wow, Sandra is happy. What about the others? Could I see a reaction that best describes your feeling or what you are feeling today? Oh, Riza is a bit sick, droopy. Is that it? I can see the emoji. Dan is feeling meh. That's a meh expression. That is a neutral or like emotionless expression, all right? And Dave is feeling all right. Okay. What about a technical check? Let's see. Let's have a heart reaction. If you could see my camera and your classmates' camera, your faces clearly. Yes, clear skins for today's video. Okay. What about the audio? What about my audio? Could you hear me clearly without any static or anything? Could I have a heart reaction as well for that? Okay, thank you for your reactions. And lastly, could you see my screen? All right. Okay, so with all of those reactions, thank you, grade 8. We could finally start our lesson today or our session for today. But before that, we still have class rules, okay? Let's have these rules in mind in having our class. So the first one, let's keep our cameras on as much as possible, if that's possible, okay? So that I could see your presence or you are still here with me. Second one, if you have questions, react by using the Zoom's features of raising a hand, okay? So that I know that if I may be talking too fast or talking too slow, or if I am discussing things that you can't understand anymore, okay? Just try and raise your hand and I will try to accommodate all your questions as much as I can. And lastly, you may use the chat box to recite or react to the lesson if you have any reactions to the lesson that we're going to have, okay? Did I have a heart reaction if you understand that? Okay, thank you everyone. All right. So let's have an activity first so that we could recall our previous lesson. It's not Ma'am Nira's lesson, not that previous lesson, but the previous lesson we had last week, okay? So we have here a crossword puzzle. And at the right side of the screen, you could see clues. Actually, even the boxes are already clues. So I would like to call on one student to that are though there are four questions or answers there, and that each of you will answer one. So could anyone volunteer to answer one, or should I call one or the first one to answer? Oh, what about Riza? Could you choose a number that you will be um answering? You could use the clues. What?
4.
4. Okay. What is your answer for number 4?
That volume.
Volume. Okay. Your answer for number 4 is correct. It is volume. I don't know how to put the answers there, but yes, please keep in mind that number 4, loudness. It is the loudness of a speaker, the volume. Okay. What about Dave? Could you answer one? Except for number 4.
Number 3,
Number 3. What would be number 3?
pitch.
Pitch. Correct. Again. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you, Dave. Pitch, highness or lowness. That is the pitch of a speaker. Okay. What about Dan? Could you answer one? Except for number 3 and number 4.
Number 1.
Number 1. What? Could you turn on your microphone? Having a hard time? Okay, you could call a friend if you want. Sandre. Sandre, could you answer number 1?
Tempo.
Yes, correct. That's awesome. Number 1. Speaker's speed or pace of speaking is what we call the tempo. And lastly, what about you, Sandra? Could you answer number 2?
Stress.
Yes, exactly. This emphasizing something in your sentences is what we call the stress. Okay, that's awesome, guys. I would like to commend all of you. Could you have a virtual clap reaction to each and everyone? Wow. Okay. Thank you for your participation. I highly appreciate that. So our last lesson was all about delivering a manuscript based on the prosodic features that we have. Okay, and however, our lesson for today will be connected to that as well. But before that, we will also have another activity. Gusto niyo yan? We will have another activity which we will call facial expressions. Coincidentally, we have almost similar activities to Mom Nere's lesson a while ago. But this is some kind of similar but not the same, okay? So the motivation or the activity for today is that I will be projecting a facial expression to you guys, and you could type in the chat box what emotion that the person is expressing towards based on the facial expression that the person is showing. Do you guys understand? Okay, so let's have it. Please type in the chat box. What? Okay, the first one is, what emotion is this? Could I see? Okay, Dave answered angry, mad, angry, and anger. Okay, that is correct. If you know this actor, his name I think is Hugh Jackman, from Wolverine and The Greatest Showman. Okay, that is anger or angry, mad, as you say. Well, what about the next one? What is this? Sad, 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 and sad. Okay, that is correct. All of you have the same answers. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What about this? It this is meme worthy. Oh, disgusted. Disgusted. Ew, yuck. Disgusted. Okay, ew. No. That is the facial expression or the effect that was given to you. Okay, everyone has the same answers as well. And lastly, we have the last expression. What about this? Happy. Happy. Wow, it's happy. Everyone's happy. Happy. Okay. Everyone again has the same answers. Okay. There's no wrong thing about that. I can see that everyone is looking, are the people being projected gives off this vibe or this effect to the one or to the viewer. But let's answer a few more questions. Reflect on the activity. So, could I ask Sandre? Okay, Sandre. What features of the image helped you in answering the emotion? Okay, when upon looking at the image, what made you feel like this person is angry, this person is happy?
Teacher, the facial expression.
Of course, obviously, it's the facial expressions. denotes some kind of a feeling, right? Is that right? Yes. Okay. For the second one, could I ask Dan? Could you open your microphone if that's all right? Did the gestures or expression affect how you see the person? It's like, did the expression of the person affect how you see or how you feel about the person?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Why do you think that it affects you?
Because when you look at it, sometimes you could feel the certain emotion that is shown in the picture. I don't
Yes.
know how.
Wow. Okay, that is a very comprehensive explanation you got there, Dan. That's very good because if you look at the person, there's this some kind of universal feeling, right? That okay, you feel that certain emotion that the person is portraying to you, so that it's kind of like passing an energy. Okay, so we have those things. Okay, so let me introduce to you our um lesson for today. Okay? So that our lesson for today is really what we say connected to our lesson previously in understanding or in delivering manuscripts, but this time we have non-verbal communication strategies because if you remember last time we have sounds produced when we are trying to convey a message, but this time there are non-verbal strategies in communicating a certain message. Okay, so we have certain objectives in this 1 hour session. So we have to list different types of nonverbal communication, which I will be discussing later. Classify the types of nonverbal communication and differentiate them from one another. Execute initial messages or emotions using nonverbal communication features, and perceive messages or signals given by a speaker in a more accurate manner. Okay, so that we will try to hit all of those objectives by the end of the class. Okay, so uh, the next slide. Could I have Riza read the definition, the first definition that we have here for nonverbal communication?
Nonverbal communication, also called manual language, is a process of sending and receiving messages without using words, either spoken or written.
Thank you, Riza. So, nonverbal communication, or also called the manual language. So, upon reading manual language, we could refer to it as the kind of language where we use non-verbal again without using any words spoken from our vocal cords, right? So as the second, the definition refers to it is the gestures or facial expression like a while ago, or the tone of voice, the eye contacts, and any kind of non-word or vocal features being transmuted into a message. That is what we call nonverbal communications. Well, nonverbal communication is also signals that match up with the words you're saying. I mean, when the nonverbal communications match up with the words you are saying, there is this thing that people or the viewer or the person you are talking to could feel like, okay, this person is trustworthy, this person is clear with the objectives that you're saying. Why? Because for example, okay, when you talk about a speech, um in a verbal manner, okay, we memorize a speech, but the speech is it talks about happiness, but not in your nonverbal communication way, you talk about the happy speech in a very sad tone, and you feel like tired. Do you think that you will convey some happy energies to the one you are talking to? No. Okay, I see that Dan and Dave was shaking their heads. Okay, exactly. So we nonverbal communication adds up to the pull of conveying a message to the person. Okay, and the other side of it is like it also generates some kind of tension. Okay, let's dive in deeper into it more, okay? So that we could understand it. We have I will be offering the lesson will be offering you seven types. Yes, 7 types of nonverbal communication. Okay, so let's start. We've already tackled about this a while ago in a little bit, but could I call on Dan to read the definition?
The human face is extremely impressive, able to convey countless emotions without saying a word, and unlike some forms of nonverbal communication, facial expressions are universal.
Yes, okay. Dan already was also able to discuss this one by answering it a while ago. Because facial expressions in some experts say, or the research say, that it transfers the energy. Why? Because facial expressions are universal. So when we see someone having this angry face, or like a very happy face, we could relate ourselves to them, because we know the feeling, we know how we look when we are happy, universally speaking or generally speaking. But for example, happiness, sadness, anger, those are what we call universal facial expressions that connects to the relatability of a person to another person. Okay? Could I have a heart reaction if you understood? Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you. Um, okay, let's go to the second type. We have body movement and posture. Could I have Dave to read the definition?
The way you move and carry yourself communicates a wealth of information to the world. This type of nonverbal communication includes your posture, bearing, stance, and the subtle movements you make.
Okay, thank you, Dave, for reading it. Okay, let me ask you a question first, everyone. So if ever I am teaching, okay, I am teaching right now, and you're looking at me as laying back, uh falling asleep, or like even looking at you at in a slouching manner, do you think how would you feel if I was teaching in this kind of position, that I don't that I don't have a good posture? Could I ask Sandri, what would you feel? For example, I am teaching right now, and all throughout the lesson, I'm having this movements or subtle movements that I feel tired. Would you would you be feeling would you be wanting to listen to me as a teacher?
No,
No. Why do you think?
teacher. Because a teacher needs to be energetic, I guess.
Okay. Thank you, Sandri, for that answer. And I would like to commend that answer. Yes. Because as a role of a teacher, or not just a teacher, to the role of a speaker, where you want audience or people to listen to you, you have to project yourself as something as someone that is prepared, that is someone energetic, or someone that knows what they are talking about, so that the audience or the viewers or the one listening to you will give you the trust that the speaker deserves. Okay, it's all about the passing of energies. Okay, thank you everyone for that. Okay, let's move on to the third type of non-vocal communication. We have gestures, and we have Jimmy Fallon in the GIF. Who knows Jimmy Fallon? Okay. Dave, Sandre. Okay, I see hands hands raising. So we have Jimmy Fallon having this kind of gestures. Could I have Raisa to read the definition? Have you read na ba?
Apo.
Sige, read it na lang ulit. Marami.
Gestures are woven into the fabric of our daily lives. You may wave, point, beckon, or use your hand, arguing or speaking animatedly, often expressing yourself with gestures without thinking. However, the meaning of some gestures can be very different across cultures. It's important to be careful of how you gesture and to avoid mystification.
All right. Thank you, Riza, for reading the very long definition of gestures or the very long description of what gestures is. So could I ask Dan, what do you think Jimmy Fallon is saying? I mean, based on the
A
gestures,
little bit.
a little bit, okay, because of that. Okay. What about you, Dave? What do you think Jimmy Fallon is trying to tell by looking at that, by saying, by doing that kind of gesture?
More small or a little bit?
Small or little bit, okay, that is correct. I mean, it's based on your understanding. There are no wrong answers here. If that's the message being communicated to you as a viewer or something, someone who looks at Jimmy Fallon doing that kind of act, then that is the message that he is being uh transmuting to you or transmitting to you. All right. So but again, based on the description, gestures, unlike facial expression, are not universal, because in some cultures this is very dependent. In some cultures we have this sign. Okay, we have this sign of gesture. When we say this, what do you think this means to you? Thumbs up or like this?
Okay.
Okay. That kind of thank you, Dave, for answering. That kind of gesture could mean okay, all right, yeah, let's go. But in some cultures, for example, in Germany or in Russia, we have those kind of gestures may be offensive. So it is a contradicting manner. So we have to understand our environment first. We have to understand or know our um to the one we are talking to first before we should be sensitive to our gestures and to our nonverbal strategies or nuances, so that we could avoid misinterpretation. Okay, that is all. Did I have a heart reaction if you understood? Okay, thank you guys. Okay, let's have the fourth one, eye contact. Yon. So let's have Sandra to read the definition.
Since the visual sense is dominant for most people, eye contact is an especially important type of nonverbal communication.
Mm-hmm.
The way you look at someone can communicate many things, including interest, affection, hostility, or attraction.
Okay, thank you, Sandra, for reading the definition. Okay, eye contact. I remember talking about this last meeting, especially in terms of acting in theater. I remember in my theater days, uh, our eye contacts or our eyes is the most important feature in your face when you are acting, because it really shows it shows more depth of relatability or more emotion to the viewers or the audience. If we're talking and we're like for example, the meme, we keep on looking at different things while talking, and do you think I'm telling the truth? Would you think that I am telling the truth? What about you, Dave? Would you think I am telling the truth if I keep on looking at other things while talking to you or like explaining myself?
No,
No. Why? Why do you think that I can't look you in the eye while I'm talking to you?
because it's like you're thinking what you would say.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for your perspective, Dave. It's basically Dave is saying is like you're not confident, or you're like hiding something from the person you are talking to, right? Okay. So that is why eye contact is really important, because it shows the energies or the trust that you are putting on to your speaker. Okay? Good. Let's have the next one, which is touch. Touch by touch. Char. Anyway, like we have Dan to read the definition.
We can communicate a great deal through touch. Think but about every different messages given by a weak handshake, a warm bear hug, a patronizing pat on the head, or controlling grip on the arm, for example.
Okay, thank you, Dan, for reading the definition. But could I ask you, Dan? Um, for example, you are really sad right now. You are crying, and someone suddenly hugs you at the back without saying any word. What would you feel? But the someone is really important in your life, okay? What would you feel? For example, your mother.
Do I describe it in words?
You could describe it in words, but with the person who hugged you didn't say anything, but hugged you while you were sad. What would you feel? Hmm. What would you feel? Could may I know? Why are you laughing? Could you unmute yourself?
It's like you like have that warm feeling.
You have that warm feeling. You have would you feel like you are being supported, like without
Yes,
saying any words, like
I was about to
uh,
say depending on the situation, but
it
it doesn't
depends on the
matter.
situation. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Dan. Actually, that is also true. It depends on the situation. You may be crying, but you want to be alone. There would be times that sometimes hugs would make you us feel uncomfortable, but there are also times that will be comforted by it. Okay, thank you for that, Dan. So, there this sense of touches. It's not just all about hugs, but sometimes a handshake as well. When we feel like we just met a new person in our life, and we shook hands, and but the person's hand was too weak and not really gripping enough, it feels like the person doesn't really wasn't really happy to meet you at all, right? No, I'm not happy to meet you. Okay, that was just a joke. Anyway, could I have a heart reaction if you understood about the the lesson so far? Do you have any questions? Okay, thank you everyone. Okay, let's tackle on this. The space. Okay, could anyone read this? Is it too small? Is it too small?
I could read it, teacher.
You could read. You could read it. You can.
I could.
You could. Okay, it's your choice. Do you want to read it, or would you would you want would you want to read this?
Space.
Space, okay.
The
Please.
way you move and carry yourself
Wait, could you
communicates
read
a
it the
wealth
way
of information.
you read space? Could you read the definition the way you read space?
Space. The way you move and carry yourself communicates a wealth of information to the world. These types of nonverbal communication include your posture, bearing, stance, and the subtle movements you make.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay, we have this sudden feeling where when things are too little, it gives us a feeling that it's small, right? Okay, I think. Oh, what about Sandre? Could you read the same definition? Could you read the same this feature, but this
The
time read it like this.
the way you move and carry yourself.
Okay, wait.
Con-
Since Dan read it in a way that it's little, now that it is big, could you read it in the way you? Come on, Sandra, you can do it. Could I have a clap reaction for Sandra to read it? Space. Okay, Sandra, let's
Teacher,
go.
space. The way you move and carry yourself communicates a wealth of information to the world. This type of nonverbal communication includes your posture, bearing, stance, and the subtle movements you make.
Okay, thank you, Sander and Dan. Could I have a heart reaction for those two who read the definition or the description at the bottom of space. Okay? Let's give them a heart reaction. I will be giving you a heart reaction. Paano mag-heart? Ito na lang. Alright. Um, so, it's not just non-verbal but upon looking at it, the space, we were not given anything or it has this feeling that we have to read it in this tone when it is small, but at this tone if it is big. So it has this nonverbal communication as well. But in a physical manner, for example, sometimes there would be situations that when we are talking to people, people would really come near us so close that sometimes if a stranger did that, it is uncomfortable, right? Okay. Wow, Riza, who is that person at the back? Okay. So also another kind of space is the virtual space we have. Okay. It affects to how we are communicating with each other. We have a virtual space and you can totally see the whole body or the whole body language that I am doing, so it limits the communication that we have with each other. Unlike if ever by some chance we or by some yes by some chance that we are together physically, you could see me teaching and looking and seeing my whole body language, and it would add up to how you will be uh getting or receiving my lessons or the lessons for today. Okay, so lastly we have our voice. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's go. Could I have Dave to read the definition?
When one speaks, the other person reads. Your voice in addition to listening to your words.
Okay.
Things they pay attention to include your timing and pace, how loud you speak, your tone and inflection, and sounds that convey understanding.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Interestingly, this is really connected to our lesson last time, the prosodic features, because it adds to the features of how we say things. It's not it's not just what you say, it is how you say those words or those sentences. For example, again, I think I've already had this example before. If I read this in a very weak manner, for example, the definition: when one speaks, other people read your voice in addition to listening to your words. What emotion are you feeling when I read it that way? Could I have
Bored?
bored? Okay, thank you, Sandra. I may feel bored, but if I read it like this, when one speaks, other people read your voice in addition to listening to your words. Dan, what emotion do you think I have when I read it that way?
Surprised and scared.
Surprised and scared. Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay, so we have this kind of effect, okay? I read the same definition in two different tones, but it had two different impact on on the listener. Okay? Is that understood? Is everything understood? Could I have a heart reaction? All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, let's just have it let's just sum it up. Okay, so we have nonverbal communication is the transmission of messages or signals in a non-verbal platform. Okay, could I have Riza to read the second second one?
Kind of communication includes the physical body, external platform, and the way of how messages are transmitted verbally.
Okay. When we say physical body, we see this is what we mean about the physical features of our body, our eyes, our gestures, our posture. Okay. We have body language. External platform, we this is what we say, or the type of nonverbal communication, the space that we have used, and how we say the message or the tone of voice. Okay. Um Dave, could you read the third one?
The 7 types of nonverbal communication includes facial expressions, body movement, gestures, eye contact, touch, space, and voice.
Okay. Thank you, Dave. Okay. We have again 7 types. 7 types of nonverbal communication. Or this lesson has offered you 7 types of nonverbal communication. And lastly, Sandri.
Teacher, the last non-verbal communication could add up to how the audience, viewer, or receiver will be affected and how they will understand the message being transmitted to them.
Okay, thank you everyone. And I believe that we have already discussed everything. Do you have any questions? Did you understand the lesson for today? Could I have a heart reaction? Wow, I could see heart reactions. And I will be giving you heart reactions as well for participating well. Um, but before that, let us apply what we have learned. Yes, individual task, and we call it act it out. Okay, here's our mechanics for today's activity. Okay, each student is assigned a specific message and task to the students. Wow, redundant ng ano. Anyway, I will be sending each one of you a specific task, a specific message, and a specific way, okay? And after a few minutes of preparation, the students will perform their assigned tasks and try to communicate the message to their classmates. Ayun. So of you will do it. And the remaining class, will guess the message based on how the student communicated it to them. Okay? Do you guys understand the activity for today? Could I see a reaction, thumbs up? Okay, Sandra understood. What about the others? Did you guys understand it? No? I will be assigning you, I will be giving you a private message of your task. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I will be giving it to you. I will be sending it right now. This is for Dave. This is for Dan. This is for Riza. And lastly, this is for Sandri. Okay, did each of you receive a specific task? Did everyone could I have a heart reaction if you received the task? Wow, okay everyone, okay. Do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? Okay, do you know what to do? I'll give you 1 minute. I know, 30 seconds. Actually, no, there's no preparation. This will be improvisational. Okay. Nothing. It means nothing. I just made up some things. Then, okay, that means nothing. I don't know if there is that, if there's meaning in some cultures, but yes. Okay. Are you guys ready? Wow, everyone's ready. Let's go. Let's open our cameras. Okay, I will be. Oh, Sandra, what's your question?
Teacher, can we use like our arms, hands? To
Huh? I
Can we
would you
also use our hands?
based on your it's your choice, it's your choice. As long as you try to convey, but remember the platform or remember what the other factor that you have to do. Okay? We have a message and we have a certain way to do it, okay? Are you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, I will be spinning the wheel of fortune for the first student who will be trying to do the task. We have ding 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 ding. Ding. We have done. Okay, let's go, Dan. Wait. Before you do that, let's put you on Spotlight for everything. Okay, let's watch Dan and everyone. Let's try to guess what he's trying to tell us. When you're ready. You can do this. I believe in you. We believe in you. Let's go, Dan. Could you do it? You can. Of course. You can. Come on, Dan. Hello? Let's go. Let's go. We can do this. Or do you want your other classmate to do it first? To do their task first?
Uh, the I want I want the others to do it first.
Okay, let's have the others to do it first because Dan needs to build up confidence first. Am I right, Dan? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's share my screen again. We'll have Sandre. Okay, let's have Sandre to do his specific task. Okay, wait. Before that, could I replace spotlight? Yan. Okay. Whenever you're ready, you could start. And let's guess. Okay. What do you think?
Curious?
What? Dave,
Curious?
confused. Did you say confused? Is that right, Sander? Did Dave
No, it's
answer?
curious.
Curious. Curious. Okay. What about the others? Could anyone open their microphones and answer?
Feeling confident?
Confident? Feeling confident? What? Could you act it out again, Sandre? What the heck? Okay.
Thinking?
Thinking? Okay. More. You could do as much as more facial. Okay, okay.
Confused?
Thinking?
Confused?
I think Dave already answered it. Or I don't know. Sandri, what are you trying to show us?
Confused?
Yes. Sandri, we are also confused of what you are doing. Joke. Okay. Let's give Sandri a hand of applause. Okay. Thank you, Sandri. You did well. You did well. Okay. Okay. Let me share the screen again. Sino? Dave or Riza? Ching! Riza! We have Riza! Did you think it was Dave? No, it's you. Okay, let's have you. What? You could, oh my gosh, we have Jenny in our class. We have Jenny Kim. Okay. You could start whenever you're ready.
Sleeping?
Sleeping. What about the others?
Sleepy?
Sleepy. What about the other? Sandra, Dan, what's your answer?
Teacher,
Sleeping
also
also.
sleepy?
Sleepy. What about you? What about the others? You can do as many as you want to do,
Teacher,
Riza. Oh,
tired?
tired. Okay.
Lazy,
Mm-hmm. What about you, Dan?
Lazy also.
So, what are you trying to show us, Riza? Tired. Okay, you're tired. Okay, so we have thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Riza. Okay, so let's have Dan or no Dave. Let's have Dave. Since the last person here, we don't have to put it back. Okay, I choose you, Dave. What could you give us the emotion?
You don't know? Focus or angry?
What about the others? What about Riza and Sander? What
Teacher agreeing to something?
agreeing to something? Teacher Nira thinks it's serious or angry. What about Riza? What's your what's your interpretation of Dave's okay. What about you, Riza? Okay, Dave, what are you trying to show us?
angry,
Angry, okay. Okay, lastly we have Dan. Dan, could you do your task? Anyway, thank you, Dave. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Dan? You have to do your task. You have to do your task, Dan. You can do it. You can do it.
I have to say it or just do the action?
You have to do what your task is trying to tell you what to do. Let's go, Dan. Let's go, Dan.
Teacher, you made this word up, so I am going to say it.
Okay. Yes, I made it up. At night.
Wait, can it? Wait, I forgot we're in English class. Wow, I'm excited to be in the shami shami.
No, you have to you only have to say the word shami shami, no more words. You only have to say that word.
Ay, shami shami.
What do you think? What do you think Dan is trying to tell us?
Excited?
Wow. Okay, what about the others? again, Dan. I think Dave and Sandra and Mom Nera didn't see your emotion eh.
Shami shami.
Again. So what was the
Shami.
happy? Okay, what about Dave and Sandra?
happy or proud,
Sandra.
Teacher, also happy?
Okay. Okay, Dan, what were you trying to show us?
Excited.
Excited. Okay. So Riza got got it. So you were still able to communicate your feeling, okay? Thank you, everyone. Everyone deserves a round of applause for this activity. Everyone showed, yes, your artistic skills. How do you remove the spotlight? I don't know. I don't know how to remove the spotlight. Okay. Spotlight for everyone. Wala. Okay, sige. Let me... Okay, thank you, Ma'am Nile. Let's go back to our slides, okay? Thank you, everyone. Could I have a round of applause for everyone? Virtual round of applause. Okay, thank you for the participation. So the activity was really related to our lesson, right? So could I ask one student na lang? Sandre, what did you feel about the activity and what did you learn?
Teacher, the activity was fun,
It
and
was
I
fun.
learned that um, uh, non-verbal communication is good, I guess.
Thank you, Sandra. It's good actually, right? Because it really, even though that we aren't saying anything, we were able to communicate our feelings. We were able to communicate what we are trying to say. Is that right? Wow. Okay. Thank you for nodding. Thank you for everyone. And thank you for participating. And yes, everything is recorded. No, just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So before that, we will have our evaluation. Yay! I will be giving you what Mom Red also gave seat work or an activity. I will be giving you a link so that you could access it easily, and please answer it. Actually, this is really easy. Okay. We have little time. Ayan. Can everyone access it? Ay. I'm not gonna take this personal answer. Okay, you could answer it right now as quick as possible. It's only 5 items, and yes, it's really easy. It's just an evaluation of what you learned for today's lesson. Please raise your hand or directly chat me if you have any questions. This would be our last activity for today, and I hope you have learned a lot. How do I live without you? Okay, we are almost done with our activity. Okay, one has... Please DM me if you're done. Okay, thank you. DM or directly message me once you've click submitted, because apparently I forgot to put the names. So I don't know who is the one passing this, but if you message me, I will know. But it's my fault, okay? It's my fault. Okay. You guys have 2 more minutes to answer this. Okay. Another student has finished. Could you DM me if who you are? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, two more
Teacher,
students. Yes.
I forgot.
Um. Yes, Ma'am Tess. It's okay if you would need to leave earlier. The lesson for today is about to end. But do you want sorry, Ma'am. Do you want to say anything first to the students if you want, if before you leave, Ma'am? Good job. Ma'am Tess says that grade 8, you did a good job. Okay, that deserves a round of applause. Thank you, Ma'am Tess. Could you say thank you to Ma'am Tess as well? And
Thank you,
you
Teacher
sh-
Tess.
thank
Thank
you,
you,
teacher
ma'am.
Tess.
Ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Tess. Thank you din po, Ma'am, for giving us the time to evaluate our demos. Okay. Anyway, we still have a recording. Could you finish the two students, I think? You can do it, guys. Okay, three responses. Who is the latest person student to answer? Okay. Okay, you are recorded na. Lol. And lastly, one more person. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, we have finished everything for today's lesson and we just have to put our last thing. It is our assignment. Our assignment is the same as what I was trying to give you about delivering a speech or delivering a manuscript last week. And it is using your smartphone or recorder through video recording, deliver a manuscript or memory speech. This will be sent on my email. The manuscript that will be used is entitled Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Already given you the copy. You just have to give me the recording. You could add today's lesson or in nonverbal communication to your video if you want to add to it to your um video. And this is our criteria. I've already explained it to you last week as well. And that is all. Thank you for listening and don't hesitate to ask any questions. Okay, I will be uh stopping the recording na everyone. How do you stop the recording? Okay.